Welcome back to another episode of Music Business Advice. On this channel, we'll be going over a wide range of topics, making your journey from where you are to where you want to be in the music industry just a little bit easier. I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
I don't wanna leave them unsure. I can't be unsure. I wanna feel more. The shit you need is what you should be asking for.
Artists like Daft Punk, Gorillaz, Deadmau5, the DJ, like they've proven that you don't need a face to be successful in the music industry. Like, do you still believe in today's climate that that's possible? Like, you're able to reach heights such as that or where they've gone without showing your face?
Absolutely. It depends on if that's what you want, for real. Because I think if I didn't want to be an artist and like be known, not even like super known, but just I don't know how I would describe it in my own terms, but yes, I feel like there's countless people right now who could probably vouch for that question.
Yeah.
That they're just so like, I don't know, like committed to their cause. They're not looking for it. I know there's plenty of people who don't want that. Like even when it was it is the one artist, or it was the lady, I think it's her or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
she just concealed her for a while. I thought maybe she got rid of it once, but there's plenty of like routes if you want to be behind the scenes, or as long as you don't want to be the person on stage, like you know, igniting the crowd or telling your story. Absolutely, it's probably if you're not like into that kind of stuff, it's probably preferred that way for some people.
It's just what you want.
Yeah.
The type of lifestyle you want, the type of your audience. Even some people's audience requires you to show your face to connect, but
Exactly.
a DJ, you're connecting through the music. You don't necessarily need a hi, my name is boom
And I'm here to
exactly. Nah,
Yes.
like I can just kind of come as a character and that'll resonate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, and I know you probably have another thing to say after this, but
Nah, I agree, yeah.
that's what I actually feel like. Not saying that's what he wants to do, but the person that I actually envision this being perfect for, who could have like the biggest bag in the world, would be like Willis. Like he's so good at so many different things.
Yeah.
If he, as long as he didn't want to be like the Metro Boomin or the who's another like a Kanye, if he didn't want to, he has all the tools he needs to be one of the like greatest, like one of the great musicians of our time. Yeah, that's what I call it.
Yeah.
If he didn't want to, like it's literally just a choice.
Yeah. But then I feel like it goes into like how we were talking about in the group coaching, doing what you're doing is, you're not just doing it for yourself. What you're doing is bigger than yourself. So yeah, Willis could be Kanye level, surpass Kanye. You know, this amazing faceless artist if he wanted to be, but where would that leave, you know, the people in his audience that need him, that need to see people like them succeed in that way to kind of flourish? Like there's people like you who I think when we first started working together, you first started coming around, I'm like, damn, this would be perfect in Madden, this music would be perfect in 2K, where you don't need a face.
Right.
There's still artists coming up that don't know you can do that.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
I didn't even think that was a. I mean, maybe later on, because I've been rapping for a while, but later, like maybe midway through, scrolling on like Instagram, like 2K or Madden, one of them, because I follow the pages, I play the game.
Yeah.
They were like saying, hey, you can submit your music for XYZ for a chance to, you know, be featured in the game as a song. And I was like, I never even thought like that was this is a thing people do for everything. Like maybe it's just more people need to really just lock in if they want to pursue music. Absolutely get into the business. Like learn all the ways you can be profitable in music without relying on the things that the big people rely on, like streams and shows. And like that's not, and merch, like those are not the only three ways people make money in music. Like
redefining what success in music is, because at a certain extent, even me, like when I got into music, I thought you do this, you wear this, you know, the label route is the only way to do this. But there's infinite, like you said, infinite ways to make money in music. But similar to how the news will broadcast a negative area of something and kind of disregard all the good around it.
Yeah.
I think the music industry has pushed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is how you make it for their own benefit or their own like hidden agenda. Where there you can literally there's millions of jobs and ways to make money.
Exactly.
In music.
That's I think leads into why I don't want to say necessarily conscious, because it doesn't have to be conscious, but that's why that sound, like, there's no new leader for that right now. Like, they're literally slowly but surely trying to just phase that sound out of the major market. Not even just like peaceful, hippie stuff, but like just in general, like guidelines of, hey, this is how I live my life. I think I'm a pretty decent person. Yeah. And here's how I would go about it. Like if I was, a rapper. Yeah. But there's no like leader for that anymore. Like of just making normal music. There's no more normal music. It's really cash cope, like sexy drill, regular drill, major label. That's just Sexy Red, Ice Spice, Drake, in your ways of making it big. It's like they seemingly cut that off because they want people to think, hey, this is not the way anymore of being big in that terms. Like, hey, you want to be on the radio? Hey, you want to you have to sound like this and you have to look flashy. Like that's what I think they're trying to push right now. Even it used to at least have some type of appeal to it. Yeah. But right now it's just slowly losing its appeal. I don't know if it's like a age thing for me as I'm just getting older. I'm like, yeah, all that turn up stuff's cool, but maybe when it's a time and place. But like just casually throughout the day, I'm not listening. Shoot 'em up, driving on the highway. I'm not. But there is a time and place. Yeah, there was no time and place for Michael Jackson. There was no time and place for these legacy artists. I could listen while I'm driving. I could listen in the shower, at dinner. Whatever, like there was no time and place. I could listen to it whenever. But now, like there's certain songs that you listen to in the club. There's certain songs that you listen to when you're ready to go to sleep. Everything has a time and place, and I don't know. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. Yeah. Where it sounds right. Everything has a time and place, but timeless music is timeless for a reason. Exactly. Yeah. And that's another reason why I don't necessarily mess with. Well, no, it's like you said, a double-edged sword. That's why I think where I think TikTok kind of comes into play. And I'm not even a TikToker. Like I do not scroll TikTok maybe once a week, and I'm like following like battle rap pages. That's what the things that kind of amuse me, not like brain rot stuff. But these songs that you think are like. Not necessarily, like you don't think they were timeless to begin with, but some of those songs, like hearing them out in public and stuff, like I went to like a party and I'm like, yo, what is the new music? Because I've been just making my own and listening to the people in here, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is that song on TikTok, and then it's like, it was cool for like a TikTok, it was cool for like 20 seconds, and I'm like, that was the best part, that was it. Right. And it's like, it's just dwindling. Like it's really putting the art really down the drain. Like, and I don't even think some people do. Like major labels, they probably do make songs. They don't even start as songs. They make TikToks that then try to turn them into songs. That's polluting or diluting the, I guess, what is it? Like the music, not industry, but like atmosphere, ecosystem. Yeah, exactly. Ecosystem's the best word. So I saw something on Instagram about Lil Wayne, how he used to say like when he was in album mode, he never listened, or just in general, he doesn't listen to anybody else but himself. Like you have a handful of influences yourself, whether Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. How important is it to be able to pull from different influences but still remain true to yourself? I think it's probably... It's one of the most important things, I think, when it comes to when it comes to being an artist. I think it's one of the most important things because that's really the main way you push either yourself, the genre, or your purpose forward. It's because this person made music that sat very well with you. It could have influenced you to make music in the first place, and that knowledge or that whatever they created just kind of woke up something in you to say, hey, I really like this, and I do my own thing too. But wait, I really did like this, so either it's a homage or if it's like just a flow or maybe a recreation of like a pattern they even did. Yeah. It's huge in trying to pull from people that you've looked up to when it's coming from the right place. I wouldn't say, hey, we're not copy and pasting. We're not trying to be them. You want to obviously include yourself in it, but when it's coming from a great place and it is inspired, that's probably like honestly almost like peak artistry for me. If you can do that, because I mean I feel like that's all music is a not a repeat but an addition. Yeah, great word. Yeah, it's like you're moving. It's like the circle of life. This person did this. They're still making music, but they did it. It was like, oh, this is new, fresh. I like it. You're starting to make music. If you want to be up there as like a good, well-respected like artist, you'd add your own part. You're supposed to inspire the other person who may be living the same life of you, or there's something about it that just really like just hit them. Cause like I feel like that's what music does. It just wakes up the right person. I feel like almost everybody that loves music has just had one song or it could be multiple times where it's just like, this is just what I needed right now. And you want to be that for the next person. Because that's what it's more so about. It's not just about, hey, I know how to sound good or I'm very talented. Let's make a difference.
It's very like community oriented even on the creation aspect.
Yeah.
Even though I say all the time, like, right from a selfish point of view, so your fans mess with you for the right reasons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's even if you don't say it like that, you want to be selfish so you can be the most authentic you can be. Not even for your fans. Just because even there's a difference from like when I listen to some of my songs, even from being here, like say I came here like a year ago. I listened to a song that I may have made a year ago here when I'm just kind of getting into like learning how to be my most authentic self. And I'm listening to songs after like constantly trying to apply it. Everything just, it hits so much harder because like I don't have to have anybody like chanting or cheering me on. It's like I said that for me. But it is for anybody. Like it can be for anybody who also identifies with it. And it just feels so much more realer. Like I don't think I just think that's the best it can be. Like and there was another thing that just hit me. I was thinking about it on the way when I was driving up here. People will ask about like kind of favorite songs of like myself, like what's my favorite song, and I think I'm gonna start responding by saying like every song is my favorite song. Who's gonna say that? Because when I made it, it's how I felt. I completely just like not disregarded like all the other aspects, but say I took them all in and just kind of just put it in the music, and that's how I felt for the day. So any song that I make, I would say from now on out, but even from like months ago, like since I internalized that thought, is my favorite song. Like I can just go scroll through for like an entire like hour-long drive, and I'm just like, I can debate forever. Oh, what is this? Well, why do I like this one more? It's just what feeling.
But it reminds me, yesterday, Monty and I went to a meditation class, right at the up at the library, and at the end of it, I was kind of explaining. One of the visions or images that came to me was like how anxious I get when I'm in a writing session, when I'm either just writing or writing with someone else, because I want it to be as good as the last thing I wrote. But he explained to me every new piece, you can't compare the last piece. You can't compare the next piece to the last piece because you're a different person when writing it. So when you're saying what's my favorite song, I don't have a favorite. I was at a different point in my life.
Exactly.
Whether I wrote 2 songs in a day, I was a different person this hour than this hour. Exactly. When I was writing it, and it made so much sense. And that kind of eases the tension of, oh, I want this to be great. It has to be better. No, it just has to be real.
Yeah.
As long as you're speaking from how you feel in the moment, that is your greatest. That is your favorite song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think self-satisfaction is the most. It should be valued, honestly, more than like receiving outside validation. Yes, it should. And that took a second for me to kind of understand, because it was a long time like where I would like make a song, immediately be like, oh yeah, this my, because I was in that like that treacherous cycle of, all right, new song, it's my best song, let me show somebody, either I get good response or bad response. I'm like, what do you mean? But that's when you're looking for that. When you're like knowing every single song you make, you can, I am a recency bias guy, so I will say for a while, and maybe for a week, I'll be like, all right, this is my best song. Mm-hmm. But after it, I'm like, well, it doesn't, you can't really equate it to, you know, the most recent one, because you should be progressing like every time. It doesn't mean any song before then is worse. That's why I had an issue about releasing, because I just wanted to say, hey, I got all these things backed up. Yeah. If I'm getting better, why would I release old music when that's who I was at that time? That was my peak. I loved it. And and that's actually what I live by. Like my music, I always talk about being on a mountain. I'm still I didn't peak yet. Like I'm still working, and that's just it's a lifelong thing. And like that's what you need when you are trying to be great. You need something to chase to make you better. Because if you are content, you just think, oh man, like this is my best song, I'm never going to top it. And
stop growing.
Imagine that being your mindset on anything.
Yeah. Stop learning, stop growing, stop living.
Yeah, exactly.
How has uncovering your brand as the nomad, or this kind of free flowing spirit, however you want to break it down, how has that helped you in your music making process?
It helps. It does wonders. I'll say that. I will always thank the studio Bees for even just having to sit down to really lock in on it. Really just gave me a good read and said, hey, this is what you are. After we had a lot of question and answers. We even probably took a break a day. He's like, all right, let's just come back while you do some soul searching.
We were on that for a minute.
Yeah, because we had to really like lock it down to make sure it was who I am.
Yeah.
But back to the original question. It does wonders, because sometimes I can use that to help me through maybe a flow, a block, or something. Because sometimes, you know, I'll go into a song with a topic in mind and try to be on it. But, I mean, sometimes either if it's like the next rhyme or like trying to stay on topic, realizing my brand, like, okay, every single like line has the potential to enhance, because that I do know the brand, and it's so true to me, because the nomad part is just about always, like I said, it just came up, always being better. We're going from place to place. We're never content with being stagnant. And I also have a lot of lines about like driving, because I am always like on the go. I used to DoorDash, Uber, Instacart, all those. And like it just, when you look back, like for me, myself, as a person, when I hear about how these are like nomad things, I know personally, even if no one else gets the line, it's like, wow, how did I internalize all that? And then having the brand to like go to it, it just makes my music feel like that much more powerful. It's like an inside joke also. When people acknowledge or understand the brand as new prospective like fans or even just listeners, it's like, wait, he said this and he was doing that in real life and he made a line about it. Like that would be like exactly what I'm kind of looking to create when I do make my music.
Yeah, it's foundation. Like, you're not just rhyming words. Everything has a source.
Yeah, exactly.
When you are aware of, you know, your core values, or just what you stand for, what other people see or would say about you. When you're aware of that, it becomes, I wouldn't say easier to create, but more like
very. I think it just, like I said, the best word for me would be like enhances it. Because as Dev says, as an artist, you invite people to your world. If in my world I'm the nomad and I'm trying to give you all the scenes, all the pictures, all the life of what I've lived and done, been through, it's like, if you can accept that, okay, this guy makes a lot of sense for being a nomad, and I don't even have to say like the word nomad when I'm talking about going places or, you know, traveling. It's not saying it as if like, you know, you're dumb if you don't, but if you can accept that the music should just be like eye-opening, like, and you should, like, you know, enjoy the world that I do create, because since it boils down to who I am as a person, like you said, values, perspective, it just enhances it. It's no other, like, it's no way to, I don't think there's another word that I can think of right now.
I would say it enhances it, and then it validates other people who are living the same way.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.